let's jump right in. If you're a business owner in India, I want to talk about your secret weapon for growth. That's exactly what this is about today. AI automation. We're going to break down how you can actually use it to see real, measurable results in your business. You know, when you hear the letters AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's these massive companies, right? The Googles, the Amazons, the ones with crazy budgets. Well, that's a huge misconception. Today, we're going to bust that myth wide open. And to prove it, let me introduce you to someone. This is Rajesh. He runs a manufacturing business in Mumbai, about 40 employees. And honestly, he thought the exact same thing. He was absolutely convinced that AI was something for the big players, way out of his league. But his story, his story is the perfect example of how things are changing and changing fast.
So, check this out. This is the before and after, and it is a night and day difference. Before AI, his business was just drowning in paperwork, constant inventory mistakes, and his team was spending 120 hours every single month just on accounting. Can you imagine? Now look at the after. He brought in some simple AI tools for inventory and accounting, and boom, errors almost zero. And that accounting time slashed down to just 18 hours. But that's not even the best part. The real magic is what it did to his profits.
And here it is. This number says it all. Rajesh's net profit went up by 3.8 lakhs, and that's not per year, that's every single month. And get this, he didn't have to spend a fortune or rip out his whole system. He started with a simple software subscription, just 18,000 rupees a month. I mean, you do the math. That is an absolutely incredible return on investment. So that brings us right back to the big idea, doesn't it? This myth that's holding so many business owners back. That feeling that AI is just too big, too complicated, or way too expensive for you. Well, let's tackle that myth head on. Here's the reality. AI isn't some science fiction thing anymore. It's here, and it's practical. Because of things like cloud computing and really affordable software that you just pay for monthly, SaaS, it's become a totally normal, everyday tool. It doesn't matter if you're a small startup in Mumbai or a family-run business in Coimbatore. You can use this stuff to get a serious edge over the competition. So, I want you to stop thinking about AI as just technology. Think of it like a profit engine for your business. And this engine has 5 main levers you can pull. Each one is designed to do one of 2 things: drive your costs down or boost your bottom line up. Let's take a look at how it works. Okay, here are the 5 power plays. First, 24/7 customer support, without hiring more people. Think about an AI chatbot on your WhatsApp. Second, making decisions with data, not just guesswork. You get tools that literally show you what's flying off the shelves. Third, automated marketing that targets the right customers. Fourth, getting rid of all those repetitive tasks, the boring stuff. And fifth, predictive analytics. It's like having a crystal ball for your business. Every single one of these is a direct path to more profit. Look, it's one thing for me to just list these things out, but don't just take my word for it. Let's get back to the proof, to the real-world results. We've already seen what happened with Rajesh's manufacturing business. Now let's jump into a totally different industry and see the same thing happen. So picture this. There's this edtech company in Bangalore, and they're growing like crazy. Which sounds great, right? But the problem was they were getting hit with over 800 customer questions every single day. Their support team was totally swamped. They couldn't keep up, and customers were getting frustrated. It's that classic growing pain, So what do? They brought in an AI-powered chatbot that worked right on WhatsApp. And just look at this chart. Their customer satisfaction score went from a meh 7.1 all the way up to an amazing 9.4. Why such a huge jump? Simple. People were getting their answers instantly. 82% of all questions answered 24/7 just like that. And if you think that's impressive, check out the financial impact. A staggering 74 lakhs in annual savings, just from staffing costs. They went from needing 22 people on their support team down to just 6. And those 6 people could finally focus on the really tough customer problems that actually needed a human touch. That, right there, is the power of smart automation. And look, this isn't just a thing for manufacturing or tech companies. It's happening everywhere. We're seeing FMCG distributors boosting their profit margins just by managing inventory better. Marketing agencies getting an 8x return on their ad spend. Exporters in Chennai slashing their document processing time by 92%. That's huge. Even fashion brands are using it to get their inventory accuracy way up, which means less dead stock. The pattern is crystal clear. AI is delivering massive results, no matter what industry you're in. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, this all sounds amazing, but how on earth do I actually do it? I don't have a team of tech geniuses. And that's the best part. You don't need one. The path to getting started is so much simpler than you think. In fact, here's a 5-step roadmap you can literally start on today. Seriously, it's this straightforward. Step 1, just look at your business and find the stuff that's repetitive and eats up time. You know what I mean? Data entry, sending invoices, answering the same questions over and over. Step 2, don't try to boil the ocean. Start small. Pick one thing, like customer service. Step 3, choose the right tool, something that's easy to use. Step 4, measure everything. How much time did you save? How much money? And finally, step 5, once you see it's working, you scale it up. That's it. It's a simple playbook anyone can run.
All right, let's talk about why this is so important right now. There's a gap that's opening up in the market, and it's getting wider every single day. It's the gap between the businesses that are getting smart with automation and the ones that are still doing everything by hand. Deciding which side of that gap you're on is becoming one of the most critical decisions you'll make for your business.
I mean, we're really talking about two completely different futures. On one path, you've got businesses using AI to work smarter, not harder. They're achieving more and they're growing faster without having to hire huge teams. And on the other path, you have businesses stuck doing things the old way, working harder and harder just to tread water and eventually really struggling to even survive. The choice is becoming, well, it's becoming incredibly clear. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. In the market today, it's not always the biggest who wins, it's the smartest and the fastest. And you can bet your competitors are already looking at this stuff if they haven't started already. So really, the question isn't if you should get started, the real question is, what's your first step going to be?